Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hello, hi beautiful people. I'm Tanushree Pandey and I am a principal correspondent with The Print. And I'll quickly give you a trivia. It's very interesting. I have just joined The Print on the 23rd of August and I am already in Indore covering a story. So, that's what The Print does to journalists. The team is so amazing. The team is full of passionate journalists that if you join, you just don't want to wait for a story to happen. Actually, you can't wait to go to the ground and cover stories for The Print. You can't wait to work for the organization. So it is an amazing place. It's full of passionate and superb journalists. And what we do here is we do unbiased journalism. We are not taking sides. We are never neutral, but what we are truthful. So thank you to each and every person who has joined me today on this subscriber exclusive show called Reporter Direct. And I am Tanushree Pandey. On each of these episodes, each reporter will be joining our subscribers, and today it's me. So I shall try and take all your questions, and I shall try and answer all these questions, satisfy all the queries to the best of my capacity. So just before we start, I'll quickly give you a brief as to why I came to Indore in MP to cover to cover the kind of story I'm covering. And interestingly, I did not come here to cover a story. I came here to uncover the truth behind a story which already happened. There was an incident which took place on the 22nd of August, on the day of Rakhi. A Muslim bangle seller, a Muslim vendor, was mercilessly, brutally beaten up by a mob in full public view. And a video was made that went viral on social media, where we can hear the men who were beating up the vendor. They are hurling communal slurs to him. They are beating him up left, right, and center. And they're also saying that you are doing eve teasing. Now, interestingly, the people who are making the allegations of harassment, of eve teasing, are not the ones who went to the police station. Usually that is what happens. But here, the person who got beaten up, he is the first person who goes to the police station, files a complaint, but in 24 hours to 27 hours, his status of a victim changes to that of an accused. So it's a very curious case. What exactly is the story? I will be talking about that, and I will be taking all your questions about the ground situation in Indore, about how the COVID situation is on the ground. So I think we should start with the questions. So I will be taking all the questions here, and so also while while the questions are coming, I think while the questions are coming to me, I can also tell you a little bit about how Indore is. I also heard that Indore is the cleanest city, and it indeed is. Not that I haven't seen cleaner cities than Indore, but it is quite, a fantastic city as far as cleanliness is concerned. And it's very interesting that we have just passed, a deadly surge of COVID. And now if you see here, most of the people are actually not wearing their masks. And there are less than 10 cases which are being reported from the city of Indore, though there are 2 cases of Delta variant which have been reported yesterday. So this is how the COVID situation looks like on the ground. I think I'm yet to get the questions. So meanwhile, we can talk about Meanwhile, okay, so here I have got the first question, and it is from one of our subscribers, Ravi Sivaraman. Ravi, thank you so much for the question. And your question is, what's this curious case of the Muslim bangle seller who was thrashed by a mob on Monday and arrested on Tuesday for molestation? Okay, very good use of word. The curious case it indeed is a curious case, and I'll quickly tell you. You are going to read my story very soon on this, on our findings on this particular story. But since all of you are our subscribers, are exclusives, and it's an exclusive subscriber show, I'll quickly give you the insights. So a Muslim vendor, a bangle seller, gets beaten up on the day of Rakhi in an area which we can say is a staunch Hindu-dominated area. He gets beaten up there by a mob. We can see in the video, we can hear in the video that the men who are beating him up are hurling communal slurs. Then what happens after that is the main story. Taslim Ali, who is the vendor, he had 2 Aadhaar cards and 1 voter ID card. Now, why did he have 2 Aadhaar cards? It's very interesting. And this is what the family of Taslim has agreed to. This is what they have told us on record, that we had 1 Aadhaar card on the name of Taslim Ali. Our son had 1 Aadhaar card on the name of Taslim Ali. Then we applied for the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, and we got the money in the name of Aslim. So the problem actually, so the error in the name actually happened from the side of authorities. But since these are uneducated people, these are poor people, and so the Pradhan of their village, they are from Hardoi. Taslim Ali is from UP's Hardoi. The Pradhan of his village suggested him that instead of going back and asking the authorities to rectify the error in your name, you should make another card. You should make a fake document in the name of Aslim. So these people agreed. They shouldn't have agreed. They have told us on record that, yes, that's our only fault. We shouldn't have agreed. We should have actually gone back and asked the authorities to rectify the error in the name. But what we did instead, we made another Aadhaar card, a fake. We forged a document. We made a fake document in the name of Aslim. So that is how the story of 2 forging documents come from. Yes, he had 2 documents on him, one in the name of Taslim Ali, one in the name of Aslim. But that was, only done with an intention to get the money of the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. That has absolutely nothing to do with this particular case incident which happened in Indore. Now, what happens after that? This man gets beaten up by a mob for about 40 minutes to an hour. Then the man goes away. Then Taslim Ali, the vendor, the Muslim vendor, goes to the nearest police thana. He informs the police that I have been beaten up, not just beaten up, I have been looted. What the police does is very interesting. That's what we keep saying, that there are many laws in our country. I don't think so we need more laws, but I think what we need is the implementation of those laws by our very own caretakers, by the police personnel. If the intention of the police personnel is wrong, if the intention is not right, doesn't matter how many laws we make. अभी भी कानून है कि अगर आप थप्पड़ भी किसी को मारते हैं तो आपको उसके लिए भी बहुत बड़ी सजा हो सकती है. पर अगर ये इंटेंशन है पुलिस का या अगर अथॉरिटीज का ये इंटेंशन है कि एक किसी समुदाय विशेष के लोग आएंगे तो उनको हम इस तरीके की ट्रीटमेंट देंगे, और एक समुदाय विशेष के लोग आएंगे तो उनको हम स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट देंगे, तभी पूरी बात बिगड़ती है. And I think this is what exactly has happened in this case. Taslim goes to the nearest police station, which is Banganga Thana. This particular incident happened in Banganga area. He goes there, he informs the police. The police takes him to the crime spot. There, they meet the accused. They get the accused to the police station. Then the police try and be the mediator in this case. The police tells the accused, the people who beat Taslim up, one of the persons, to return the money they looted from Taslim. So the person gives him back rupees 6,000, and that is when, this is what our findings, this is what we have found on the ground. And it's an information which is exclusive to the print. Then the police asked Taslim to sort of compromise and threatens him, forces him indirectly that if you don't compromise, there is a threat to your life. So a person who already has been beaten up, of course, he is scared. And of course, he's all the more scared because of his identity. We know what kind of incidents have been taking place in the entire country, and especially in the state of MP, in Indore city. So he gets scared and he says, and a video of all is also being recorded, which I will be talking about in my exclusive copy for the print. A video is recorded where Taslim is being forced to say that, okay, say on the video that I have taken the money, I have compromised, I have nothing to do with the case, and I am not going to file a case. So even before any complaint could be filed, even before an FIR could be filed, this entire sort of compromising situation took place where the accused in the police presence, the accused and the police both sort of tried to threaten or force Taslim to compromise and take the case back, not file any complaint or any case against the person who beat him up. So this is what happens. Then Taslim, of course, goes back with the money. He got his 6,000 rupees back. He had about 15,000 rupees on him, but he just got the 6,000 rupees back. He goes back to his house, tells the entire story to his family. And that is when his family tells him that, no, what is happening with you is actually injustice. So let's go to the police station. If they are not filing your complaint, we are going to pressurize them. That is when the entire incident of gherauing the Kotwali, the central Kotwali happens, which I think happened at about 11 p.m. on the day of the incident, on the day of Rakhi, on Sunday, 22nd of August. When people from a certain community, they gheraued the central Kotwali, that is when the police had to take Taslim's complaint. They had to file an FIR and they arrested 4 men who beat up Taslim. Now what happens is extremely interesting because till now, Taslim is the person who is the victim in this case. He has been beaten up, he has been looted, he was asked to compromise, he goes back, but then he comes back, he files the complaint. So as of now, Taslim is the victim. About after 24 hours to 27 hours, a girl, of course, who is a minor, we are not going to reveal her identity or anything related to her, but a girl who is the main complainant in the case, she comes. And interestingly, she is the daughter of one of the accused in the case filed by Taslim. Her father is one of the persons who beat up Taslim. So this girl, who is a minor, she comes the next day. On Monday evening, she comes to the police station. She files a complaint against Taslim of molestation. And that is when the IPC sections for outraging the modesty of a woman and molestations, these IPC sections were added in the FIR. And that's when Taslim gets arrested. So exactly in 24 to 27 hours, Taslim, the man who got beaten up, the Muslim bangle seller, his status changed from an accused to that, his status changed from a victim to that of accused. And in fact, very interestingly, the print has exclusively accessed a video where Taslim can be seen, and he can be seen, he can be seen saying that, okay, I'm compromising. Now, the man behind the video, we don't know who that person is, but that person is sort of forcing Taslim to say that, okay, I have got my 6,000 rupees back. I don't want any case to be filed. I am compromising. So video is there. We took the video to the SP, whose name is Ashutosh Bagri, the SP of Indore city. We asked him that, sir, okay, let's suppose this man has molested a girl. This man has forged document. This man is the biggest criminal. And he has got beaten up. Of course, bahut zahir si baat hai that he will be ready to compromise. But who is asking him to compromise? If it's the police, then what is police's agenda to ask a man to compromise? And if it is, the people who beat him up, according to them, Taslim molested women. According to them, Taslim molested a minor girl. According to them, Taslim, is a criminal. He harassed women on the pretext of selling bangle. Then why are they asking a molester? Why are they asking a potential criminal to compromise? What is their agenda? So, this is, I think, the main story. And this is indeed, Ravi, this is indeed a very curious case. It is right now sub judice, and we have to wait for the verdict to know what actually happened. But our findings, we are not going to give any verdict, or we are not going to conclude the story for you, but we are going to raise some very important questions which will make all of you think that what must have happened in this case, and it is not as black and white as it has been showed to us. There is a lot to this case than what meets the eye. But as of now, the most important thing in this story is that there was no case against Tasleem of molestation or any harassment. Even in the viral video, nowhere in the video is are the men who are beating up Tasleem saying actively that you have molested my daughter, or you have molested women. All they are saying, and in fact, we have checked with the eyewitnesses also. In the person whose house is visible in the video, in fact, he is also visible in the video. He has told us on record that the neighbors and all the residents are not convinced. Nobody has seen any sort of molestation taking place, but they are somehow not convinced that it's a case of molestation. They are somehow convinced that the person got beaten up only because he had a Muslim identity. So this is what the people have told us on record. But of course, it's a very sensitive matter. I am a girl. I'm a woman myself. I completely empathize with the girl who has filed a complaint. The matter is under investigation. But the SP of Indore city has told us on record that Tasleem has been arrested only on the charges of keeping forged documents. He has not been arrested on the charges of molestation because those allegations remain to be under investigation. And the SP also told us on record that a lot of times this happens that, girls or women come. Of course, laws are very important. Laws have been made which favor women, but a lot of times fake cases are also lodged against men for molestation. So these allegations remain to be under in a matter of investigation. But as of now, what we can tell you is that Tasleem, a man who is a molester, who harassed women, according to the mob, they, in police presence, asked Tasleem to compromise. So why are they asking Tasleem to compromise? I think that's a question which we are raising, and the authorities must answer that. Now I'm going to take the second question. I hope I have answered your question. And I think I hope I have satisfied your query, Ravi. Now I will be taking the second question, which is by Gautam Singh, and he asks me, do you think the local administrations have learned their lessons from the second wave and are prepared to mitigate if the third wave arrives? And in terms of vaccination, okay, I will be first taking this part of the question, Gautam. Thank you for this question. And I am in Indore. I'm on the ground. I have met doctors as well. Of course, right now, it's sort of a COVID era we are living in, and doesn't matter what story we are covering. If wherever we go, we definitely try and meet the doctors. We definitely try and visit the hospitals once. I did the same, and I met the doctors. I have seen the situation. I have come to Indore during the second wave as well, and I've seen the situation now. It has very much improved, and I can vouch for the fact that I personally think that yes, the authorities, the government, the system has learned from their mistakes during the second wave, and now what they have done is they have increased the bed capacity in each and every hospital. Even the smallest of hospitals, the clinics, have now more beds than what they had during the second wave. And I think the oxygen capacity of the state of the Indore city has also been increased. The system has made sure that there are separate oxygen providers to each and every hospital. So I think that is something they should have done before, but der aaye durust aaye kehte hain. And I think it's for the best that now I think the government and the authorities have very much learned from their mistakes during the second wave. And I think they are fairly prepared to handle the third wave. I will be taking the second part of the question where Gautam Singh is asking me that in terms of vaccination figures, is there still some hesitancy amongst people, or the relatively low figures sometimes are because of supply side constraints? As far as vaccination is concerned, you guys will be very happy to know that in Indore city, let's talk about Indore city where I'm right now present. Indore city, about 98% of the population have already got the first dose of vaccine, and about more than 60% of the population have got both the doses of vaccine. So the vaccine, as far as the vaccination goes, I think Indore is doing quite well. And of course, there was the vaccine hesitancy, and that's not the fault of the people. There was a lot of confusion, as far as the vaccines are concerned. And even a lot of people from my family were also hesitant initially to get the vaccines. But me being a journalist, I try to convince them. I try to convince everybody I meet. There was some vaccine hesitancy initially in the state, in Indore, but right now I think people are getting over the hesitancy. They're understanding that it is something we have to get done. Even if it's a leap of faith, we have to take that. Vaccine right now is the only formula, it's the only cure, it's the only safe, it's the only thing which can save us from this virus. So I think there is no vaccine hesitancy as such in the state of MP or in Indore, and it's doing very well in terms of vaccination. People are getting quickly vaxxed, so that's a good thing. I will now take the question from Salim. Salim Iqbal, who asked me, did you meet the girl who leveled charges against the bangle vendor? What is the fact? Salim, thank you so much for your question. Assalamu alaikum. आपकी बात का मैं जवाब देती हूँ. Did you meet the girl? Of course, we met the girl who leveled charges against the bangle seller. And she's a minor, so let's be very sensitive about the matter. We are not going to reveal her name or absolutely anything related to her, but I can tell you that I have personally met the girl. And when I met the girl and I asked her that you don't have to, be scared of anything. You can tell me completely what happened with you. I am also a woman. I have also gone through these kind of, harassment when I was young. And you can tell me what really happened. So the girl very clearly on record told me that on the day of Rakhi, she was buying bangles. And this man comes, whose name is Taslim. And the father wasn't at home. So the girl and her mother were at home. And when they asked Taslim what your name is, Taslim lied. Taslim said that his name was actually Golu. This is what the girl's testimony is. This is what the girl told me. So the girl told me that he lied about his name. He said, मेरा नाम गोलू पिता मोहन सिंह है, जबकि उनका असली नाम है तस्लीम, उनके पिता का नाम है मोहर सिंह. उन्होंने बोला, लड़की के अकॉर्डिंग उन्होंने लड़की को बताया कि मेरा नाम है गोलू, मेरे पिता का नाम है मोहन सिंह. उन्होंने एक आधार कार्ड दिखाया और एक जला हुआ वोटर आईडी कार्ड दिखाया. आगे जो लड़की मुझे बताती है वो काफी इंटरेस्टिंग है कि जब मैंने चूड़ी खरीद ली तो मेरी मम्मी अंदर गई. My mother went inside to take money, and as soon as the mother went inside, this man started touching my hands on the pretext of giving me bangles inappropriately. He started touching my cheeks and he told me कि आप बहुत खूबसूरत हैं, you are beautiful. That's when I did not feel uncomfortable. I did feel uncomfortable and I yelled. And that's when my mother came out. And as soon as my mother came out, Taslim threatened me and he put a knife on my throat. Now here is the most interesting part. I checked with the girl 4 times on record that, are you sure that Taslim used a knife on your throat? So she said that yes, I am positive about the fact that he used a knife on my throat. He threatened me with a knife, and as soon as I yelled, the neighbors, they came, and Taslim somehow managed to run away. But now comes the most interesting part. The girl is the one who has filed an FIR against Taslim herself. And nowhere in the FIR is there any mention about any weapon or any kind of knife being used by Taslim. I took the claim made by the girl to the SP himself. His name is Ashutosh Bagri, SP of Indore. He clearly told me on record that the girl never made any such claim in the FIR. She never mentioned that she was being threatened by Taslim with a knife, and we did not find any kind of knife in Taslim's bag. Taslim is not a history cheater. He has no, criminal evidence or criminal case against him in the past, and he was not carrying a weapon. So here there is a major discrepancy in what the complainant told us on record and what the complainant gave in her FIR. Now it is a matter of investigation. The judges are going to decide what the truth is, how the events unfolded. But here, when we spoke to the girl, she clearly told us that Taslim threatened her with a knife on her throat. And what she has said in the complaint is is not the fact what she told us. She has not mentioned any use of knife by Taslim in the FIR. So this is a major discrepancy, and these are, two different versions of the same incident we are getting from two main stakeholders, the complainant and the SP in the case involved. So it's up to the viewers, it is up to the investigators, it is up to the authorities to find out what really happened, and it is up to you to interpret the story. But this is what we have on record. So I hope that, Salim, I have answered your question. Iske baad, I think I will be taking more questions. So I think meanwhile, as my team is sending me the questions here, I have already spoken to Ravi Sivaram. Ravi, I really hope I have answered your question. And I have taken question from Gautam Singh, who did not choose to ask me on the Bangle Seller incident. But good, Gautam, that you asked me about the COVID situation. Somebody has to do that. And we need to keep questioning the system, the government, the authorities, as far as the COVID is, the COVID pandemic is concerned. Because that is how we are going to keep them on their toes. And Salim, अज्यूम कर रही हूँ कि आपका सवाल मैंने अच्छे से आंसर किया है। आपने पूछा था कि लड़की को आप मिले कि नहीं, क्या उनके चार्जेस हैं, क्या फैक्ट है। तो मैंने आपको बताया कि लड़की को मैं मिली, लड़की ने मुझे जो बताया है और एफआईआर में जो बताया है वो दोनों अलग बातें हैं। और एक वेपन का यूज अगर आप बताते हैं कि किसी ने आप पे वेपन का यूज किया है, सो वेरी सीरियस सेक्शन ऑफ एन आईपीसी गेट्स एडेड टू द एफआईआर, व्हिच इज नॉट देयर इन द एफआईआर बिकॉज़ द पुलिस सेड दैट द गर्ल नेवर मेड एनी सच क्लेम दैट तस्लीम वाज कैरिंग एनी वेपन। सो लेट्स सी हाउ how the authorities react to our story when, and our story is going to come out very soon. So aap wahan pe bhi padhenge. So I think these are the questions as of now, and something I'm going to share with all my subscribers, that I am in Indore. So if you have any questions, if you want to know anything about the city, or if you want to give out any message to any of your family member or anybody, I'm here in the city for 2 more days. You can reach out to me on Instagram, on Twitter. I will try and take your message, and I will try and do my best. But as of now, I also have to rush. I'm working on this story, and I'm trying to find out the truth. I'm trying to bring the truth out only so because all of you, so that all of you know what really happened. It's very unfortunate that these kind of incidents are taking place in our country, and our country is India is known for its unity. India is known for its co-harmony with there are so many different religions, there are so many different castes, there are so many different races in our country, but this is what we are famous for, right? यही हम लोग का सबसे बड़ा स्ट्रेंथ है कि हम लोग सब इतना ओपिनियन में हम लोग का डिफरेंस है, आइडियोलॉजी में हम लोग का डिफरेंस है, बट फिर भी हम उन सब डिफरेंसेस को लेके बहुत अच्छे से रहते हैं, और वही सबसे बड़ी आई थिंक हमारी स्ट्रेंथ है, और वो स्ट्रेंथ को हमें मेंटेन करना है ताकि कोई बाहर से आके हम लोग को दबा ना पाए या हमको अटैक ना कर पाए। इसीलिए हमको स्ट्रेंथ को बहुत मेंटेन करना है, एंड व्हेन these kind of situations, these kind of incidents are taking place, we from the print will always make sure that we find out what the truth is, and we get you the truth through our stories. So thank you so much to all the subscribers who have joined us on this exclusive show called Reporter Direct. And in the next episode, some other reporter will be joining you. I will be seeing all of you very soon with a new story, but in 2 to 3 days, my story on this particular Bangle Seller incident from Indore will be coming out. Please read, please keep watching our shows, keep reading the stories from the print. All of us are doing a lot of hard work. We are traveling the extra mile, we are doing the extra efforts even during COVID to get all of you updated. So please keep watching us, keep reading our stories, and keep giving us feedback. That is the most important thing we need from you. Thank you so much. All of you, take care.